So, hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Tameka, and welcome back to another episode of Tameka Speaks. And if you've already read the title, if you've been on the Shade Room today or any other social media platform, then you probably have seen what's in the title. Let's speak on Boosie and his daughter. Don't worry if you haven't seen it, because we're gonna pull it up and we're gonna go over it post by post to kind of analyze the situation and see if, now again, let's just give a prerequisite. Let's give a little some house rules while we're here. I'm not here to bash. I'm not here to say that anyone is like judge anyone's parenting. I'm here to give my take on what these people put out in the public. So, again, this is Tameka Speaks, and we will be speaking on the situation. All right. So, anyways, let me share my screen with you guys first. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, what is going on right now, Boosie has a few children. He got a lot of kids. Don't ask me how many, I don't know. But one of his daughters, he's in this beef with one of his daughters. Apparently there is the child in question is she seems like she's being very ungrateful. Apparently what she is saying is that her father has put her out, or he's upset with her because she has moved out and she moved into another city with her mother, who he does not get along with. He feels as though, as the father, she's only moving because her mother is trying to collect some sort of child support or some sort of payment, some sort of money from him. So he's saying that's why the child is moved back. She's being brainwashed. She's being influenced by her mother. Now, this has been going on for a little while now, because I remember seeing the story from the first place when the child decided to move and she went live about it and she was talking about it, whatever. And then Boosie obviously responded. He doesn't hold his tongue for nobody or nothing. Okay. So anyways, I was more so interested in this story because we did at this point get to hear the mother in some of the conflict, and that was my focus and what jumped out to me. But anyway, we're going to get into that because I'm going to show you guys. So in the meantime, in between time, let me show you guys. Hold on, I'm going to take this off real quick. We got to go back. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I just want to bring this down a little bit. Okay, and shout out to the Shade Room because, like I said, we are going to be dealing in the Shade Room today. Oh, let me just go back here. Okay, there we go. All right, let's put a post back up. All right. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna put them back on the screen. I had to get the volume together.
Yep.
I want to start. I don't even want to start there. I want to start with.
And
I ain't gonna let no celebrity get in my head. Who? I ain't no yes man to nobody, and that's what y'all expect me to do. Be a yes man today. What? Cause he my daddy? Well, not even my daddy, cause he my.
Can we just put emphasis on this is the way a young woman is speaking of her father, not her father that abandoned her, not her father that abused her, not her father that left her for dead. She's talking about her father who has taken responsibility for her when her mother could not, who has been her sole care provider when her mother could not for whatever reason. I don't know who her mother is. I don't know what their relationship is. I don't know. So I'm not going to speak on that. But we will hear from the mother. Don't worry. You're going to hear the mother. But this is a young woman speaking about her father who has given her more than probably the average father could give their daughter. Not probably, definitely has given her more than the average father would be. And I'm not just speaking about material. And let me just put this out there before we restart the video. I just want to say that Boosie has a lot of kids, and you haven't heard any of them come to her defense. You haven't heard any of them say anything negative about him. Anytime you hear about Boosie's children, it's usually because Boosie has said something about them, or I know he has two very talented children who do music, a daughter and a son, who are, seems like she's around, they're probably in the same age range with this child here. I don't believe this child is 18 yet. But even in the sense of like a girl who, you know, was abandoned by their father or something like that, you know, with some sort of, it seems as though he did what he needed to do as far as providing and being a father. But it also doesn't seem that he's an absent father in the way of like emotionally, or he's not there, you know, mentally for his children. It doesn't seem like that. And I'm just saying that because she seems to be the only one complaining, and she seems to bring up money or bring up things that he has taken from her, and it seems to have always been done in some sort of, now this is again, me on the outside looking in, he doesn't seem like the worst father in the world, but we'll just go ahead and finish playing what's going on. Again, shout out to the Shade Room. We're on the Shade Room for this content.
Sperm donor? I don't even deserve a title. That's why he called sperm donor now. Like, what? I don't like all that. Then I got to hear from about this on live. Talk about, did an interview about me. Oh, yeah. What my cut at? Instead of bringing up my name, where's my cuts? And I don't even need the money, but it's just the principle, though.
I do.
Like,
they say I'm money hungry.
Now, excuse me, the child's mother, as you can hear in the background, says, I do. She says she doesn't need the cut. She wants a cut of of if he's doing interviews about her, she wants a cut. You know, obviously she's just talking shit. She's in her bag. She's talking shit. And then her mother, who's sitting on the side of her as she disrespects and just totally disregards, cursing and everything, disregarding that her mother is there, or not even caring because she's literally on live disrespecting her father. So I don't feel, you know, obviously this person isn't going to have that much regard for their mother either. They're obviously a disrespectful person, but she's totally disregarding that her mother is there. She's cursing, carrying on, and her mother joins in to say she does need the money. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
you wanted to come get a DNA test? That's how that go. To the left of the man.
right? Then you talk about some hood right there? It's hood right there. We have a baby for a hood rat.
Who knock at their door to
Who knock at a door to see if the hood rat baby his?
Like, come on, man.
Like, y'all don't remember back in 2021 when he was on all them voice recordings talking about somebody.
So they're bashing him for checking to see if a child, you know, he had relations with a woman. See, y'all, because he would be ain't shit if he didn't knock on the door to see if the child was his, right? Like, it is what it is. Like, what are you talking about? Who knocks on a hood rat's door to see if the baby is his? It's called being responsible after making an irresponsible decision. I must add that in there. But that is a responsible thing to do. You need to go see if that baby belonged to you. What are you talking about?
Basically, it was saying how he was going to, like, hit me an outlet, put his hands on me an outlet, black my head. I ain't going to let no celebrity get in my head. Who?
Let's go to the next.
Who? I ain't no yes man. And what I was like, what, about 12, 10, 11? Come on now.
I still got the recording.
Why? Bro, put him up. Why is y'all acting like he's so right faced to report somebody that really abused his own child?
Yeah, that part.
Huh?
I'm trying to see why they so mad.
But y'all swear to God. Y'all swear to God. Like, I swear to, on my life, I never been materialistic. On my life, I never been materialistic. I don't care. All that don't.
Why? No, I
now listen to this.
What did you tell her? Put a bag on you. Why?
And I always talk about doing something to somebody else.
I didn't tell nobody to dish you. What did you talking about? What did you tell Tori? Cause she crying.
And what I was like, what, about 12, 10, 11? Come on now.
I still got the recording.
Why? Bro, put him up. Why is y'all acting like he's so right, fakes and report somebody that really abuse his own child.
Let's go to the next
Hold up, she
slide.
pulling it up. Yeah, since we gotta bring old stuff out.
Like, I just want to let you know I'm gonna see if you can swim. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. That girl ain't dog you out. All that girl said was you be busy. I'm taking out my wheel in the morning.
Be taking from me. Come on now.
You call my
Wait, ma, pause it. Pause it, ma, real quick.
Taking out my wheel.
When I was 15, I had a big old block party. Everybody in Bjork vouch. I had a big old block party. This man gave me a big old stack of money.
5 bands.
He gave me a big old stack of money, y'all. Guess what? Soon as everybody left, guess what? He got that back, put that in a bank account. I couldn't even use it. Come on now. I've been getting stuff took from him. So y'all instead of saying you gonna miss out, you gonna miss out. If that mean I've been missing out. Come on now. Hold up, she pulling it up. Yeah. Since we gotta bring up. The whole point was about him not being a father. No. But y'all wanna pick out the list of. Never been there for me mentally. Anytime I felt happiness from this man, it was temporary. Very temporary. Bumped it down real quick. Like, come on now, like, I can say a lot. I'm really limiting my talking. I can say a lot.
And tell him why you really left him up there.
Yeah. First of all, I talked to him. I'm like, I'm moving. I've been telling him I'm moving to Houston. Been telling him. So boom, at the time I had my car, I was doing the transportation. I had to drive up here with my mama. And cause she had a bad car accident. What's that hard to understand?
Like I was really in a wheelchair.
And then on top of that, we got into it. Like at least the whole point was about him not being a father. No. But y'all want to pick out the list.
Okay, so anyways, after all that rant and hood rat talk or whatever she's doing, it's just giving disrespectful. It's giving I'm grateful. It's giving you're a spoiled brat, little girl. Like it is what it is. Like that's what it's giving. And I don't, y'all know I'm a comic girl, so I'm over here like going through the comments. Yes, I'm a comic girl. I like to gauge to see what people think. What's the temperature? What's the temperature given from the people? So I'm not here for anybody in the comments defending her. She is being disrespectful, and I can hear why she's being disrespectful. Her mother is disrespectful. Okay. Her mother is giving her the okay. A child. This is a child. This child is 16 years old. This child is 16 years old, talking about when she was 15, her father gave her $5,000 and he put it in a bank account so that you couldn't touch it. But the question is, what did you miss out on? The question is, what did you miss out on, ma'am? What didn't you get? What did you go without? Now, I know she said he wasn't there for her mental. Yes, that matters. And I'm not here to minimize that at all for her, that if that's important to her, it sounds like it should be important to her because there's something missing. Okay. It sounds like it is important. Okay. Now, if he was an absent father, as far as being there for her mental, and I heard something on the phone, he was saying that the mother said the child said that he was busy. That's probably true. He was probably too busy to really be concerned about her mental well-being, if he even noticed there was a problem. That does not cause this, though, is all I'm saying. That does not cause this type of disrespect. Now, I wanted to start with her because this is a trigger that caused Boosie to respond to his daughter. Okay. So Boosie has responded to the daughter, and I wanted to give her, what he was responding to first. Okay. So let's see what Boosie's response was.
Old stuff out. And what I
ain't you giving away.
Let me go to the first slide. All right.
Yeah, I told our black eye. Yep. She was embarrassing the fam. I mean, she was giving her body away at football games in the bathroom, man. I mean, she going to my games having sex in the bathroom with boys. I mean, I probably told her more than that. That's the kind of dad I am. If we gonna tell the truth, let's keep it real. I did it. I'll say it again. You're embarrassing the family. What the and the mama okay with it. Mama let 19-year-old boy stay with a 14-year-old. Yep. Yeah, I told her black eye. Yep. She was embarrassing the fam. I mean, she was giving her body away at football games in the bathroom, man. I mean, she going to my games having sex in the bathroom with boys. I mean, I probably told her more than that. More than that. I probably said more than that. Who let a 19-year-old man stay with a 14-year-old? Who let a 19-year-old man stay with a 14-year-old? Stay in the house. Walking around with his boxers on. Sad. They mad. Everything I said was the truth. I told not one lie. Not one. One thing I ain't gonna do is lie. I told not one lie. What I said her mama did, she did. Ask her. Tell her, ask her mama, did she do it? I mean, it's the truth. I mean, I don't think she knew about that. I probably said more than that. And she mad about her brother, man, you know. He playing spades with Tupac right now. So it's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate involved. I was trying to get my daughter from that situation, man, you know. How you go from Alpharetta, Georgia, Catholic school, private school, making straight A's, to letting a 19-year-old live with a 14-year-old. I don't play about my daughters. I don't play about my daughter. You lucky I ain't told her more than that. And she mad about her brother. You giving away yourself in the bathroom at games, at my son's football game. I ain't going for it. Hopefully I instill some fear in her. I mean, look like it ain't work. What y'all talking about? Jay-Z would never. Jay-Z ain't got my baby mom. Beyonce would never.
Right.
You giving away yourself in a...
Yeah, I ain't gonna let no celebrity get in my head. Who?
All right. All right, so we're back. You know, I just feel like it's giving, and it keeps giving more and more just toxicity for no reason. But anyway, let's get into his response. So Boosie responds with what he's saying his daughter is doing to receive the reaction that she's getting to, like, or the mother is doing to receive why he said what he said on that recording. Basically, it looks like what he is defending. And from what it sounds like, he pretty much has he outed his daughter a little bit, for which I'm not agreeing with at all, but I do feel as though he may have outed his daughter a little bit by saying she was basically having sex in the bathroom. Okay. Unfortunately, shit like that happens. And I just, I want us to be able to be open about and be understanding of whatever her situation is or whatever her situation was. I just feel as though, oh guys, hold on. Okay, let's make sure. Okay, we're making sure. I'm sorry, guys. I felt like we had something going on, but hold on, let me see. So yeah, I just feel like with this all being out in the public like this, there's a need for a conversation. One of the things I wanted to point out was the relationship between he and his child's mother and what is going on in that situation. It sounds as though they don't have a amicable situation, so that this is where a lot of the issue arises. And I think that's true. I also think a big part for me is that jumped out to me was the relationship that the mother has with the child. Now, Boosie is saying this mother allowed a 19-year-old boy to live in the house with her 14-year-old child. Okay, that was walking around in his boxers. Okay, so that means they were probably having sex. So this mother is condoning sex in her home with a child, a 14-year-old, who could get pregnant, who can get all these other things, all these different things could happen. And this mother is condoning it. Now, it sounds as though, so that tells me that this child is probably spoiled. She does what she wants. So when her father tells her something different, it is a problem, it sounds like. So a lot of this, in my opinion, is coming from the influence that this child gets from her mother. And of course, obviously, that's the part I want to put emphasis on, because that's, what we deal with here for the most part. We want to know, like, what could be changed on her part in this situation to influence her young daughter. And I would say the first thing is not allowing her to disrespect her father, the father that has been taking care of her. Now, and the mother wants to know, oh, why is it a problem that I want child support? Because you have not been the sole caregiver. And when you are the sole caregiver, you probably just having, she's there because number one, y'all give her the option. And number two, she's allowed to do whatever she wants to do at your home. So she probably doesn't have very many problems with being there. Not to mention that you are her mother. She is a child. She's a child. She's a girl. You're her mother. Of course, she'd want to be around you, want to be with you. Now, if he's some sort of absent father who doesn't care for the child, then, that makes the situation different. But here we're not talking about a deadbeat father. We're talking about this deadbeat mother. Allegedly, if what Boosie is saying is true about this woman allowing this child to be in her house with a boy, having sex and carrying on and doing other things. And then we're not talking about what she does outside of her mother. We're talking about what she's doing under her mother's roof. Okay, so that's what we have to put emphasis on. This child's mother has failed her. This child's mother has failed her. This child's mother has failed her, and her mother needs to start taking some responsibility and some accountability for why this child is out here online wilding out like this and talking crazy like this about her father. And again, this isn't her father who ain't never did shit for her. This ain't her father who left her high and dry. This ain't her father that's been abusing her. Has he said inappropriate things about black in her eye in response to being disappointed about the behavior that she was putting out or that she was displaying? I'm sure he has. My father did. My father definitely said things to me in response to behavior that he didn't appreciate. But did I get the message? Did I understand what happened? Absolutely. I understand what I did and my responsibility and took accountability for situations that caused him the unrest. Absolutely. Any father would be concerned about their sexually active preteen, basically. If you're 14 years old, that's preteen. You're not even a real teenager. You can't do anything. You're 14. You're fucking just out, like whatever is being allowed to be put into your atmosphere is being, I mean, you're definitely, not to say that, excuse me, you definitely have access at 14. You can, because you look old enough, I don't know, guys. It just sounds as though this is not a situation where Boosie has dropped the ball with his daughter. It sounds like a situation where Boosie's baby mom has dropped the ball with their daughter. And unfortunately, he's got to pay the price for that because he's looked at as the parent that has the means. So, of course, that just automatically means that parent is responsible for the daughter's nonsense. But anyways, guys, if you have a subject that you want to hear, if you have excuse me, I got jumbled mouth for a second, but if you have a subject that you would like to speak on or you like to hear me speak on it, I would love to get your opinion. Have the conversation down in the comments. I'll be there having the conversation with you guys. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for being entertained and stopping to hear this conversation. I really do appreciate it. The channel will be growing and more. I want to manifest that. I want to manifest some listeners. I want to manifest some like-minded people tuning in. Again, I'm TAMEKA. This is TAMEKA Speaks, and I'll see you next time.